Hey guys, welcome to another What I've Been Eating video. In this video, we're trying to get in the spirit of the fall season, even though it doesn't feel like it yet. I don't know, I always feel like I'm behind everyone. People start posting like Halloween stuff in August, and I get scared. I get stressed. Anyways, yeah, I'm making my annual batch of pumpkin spice syrup for coffee. I always make like a pumpkin spice syrup every year in the start of the season, and I'm like, this is gonna get me into the feel of the season. And then after I make it, I'm like, this is delicious. I'm gonna make these all the time. Like, why not? And then I just like never make it again for the rest of the season. But I really do savor it while I made it that one time, you know? Except this year, it's actually a pumpkin spice brown sugar oat milk espresso. I think that's what it was. I found it on Pinterest. It's beautiful. I can feel it in the fall. Remove from heat. And add the vanilla extract. Smells like autumnal liquor. I'm very excited. Feeling the fall spirit. Even though it's like 95 degrees. 94 degrees. Also, it's 2:40. This is not the time for this. But you know, I like to drink coffee as like an afternoon pick-me-up sort of thing. You know what? I really didn't need that big of a jar for this. Okay, so I'm gonna make a drink with my pumpkin sauce, pumpkin spice, brown sugar sauce. And this is all the coffee I have left over. I don't feel like making more. It just might not be that strong because this isn't like an espresso or anything, but I'm okay with that because honestly, I've been a little bit scared of coffee lately. I don't know if it's good for me. I don't know if it's messing up with my sleeping. So I'm just gonna use this. If it ends up not being that coffee-ish and more of just like a pumpkin coffee milk, I'm okay with that. So, oh yeah, oat milk, some ice. I'm definitely starting to feel the fall spirit, but obviously the weather is needed. The weather change. It never really feels like fall here until like mid-October, I feel like. Cup with ice. The Pinterest person said to put a few ice cubes in here. 2 tablespoons of the sauce. It's so freaking thick. I know I've made this before, but it was a little bit different. Yes, 2 gold doubloons. Shake it up. Okay, then we pour it on. I don't know how I'm not gonna get the ice in here. Like, they're just going in there. I'm sorry. Walmart oat milk. I hate when the milk is like full and it's wet and it's slippery. Milk. Okay, that might have been too much milk. Looking back on it, I don't know. Oh, this oat milk is so good. Wish I had whipped cream right now. Oh, so good. It's like thick. See, I do really like it. I kind of wish I could strain out some of the, you know, spices so it's less like you don't notice the grittiness, the glitty. I tried to strain it, but it didn't really strain. But no, this is delicious. I am gonna make a hot pumpkin spice latte though at some point because I don't think I've ever had one. I've only ever made drinks like this, and while this is really good and I prefer iced drinks, it seems like it would be better in a hot drink, you know? But I just never want like a hot beverage when it's like 95 degrees. So before we get on with the rest of the video, the rest of the fall vibes, I want to take a minute to talk about the sponsor of today's video, which is Parade, a company that I've loved for many years. If you've never heard of Parade, they are a women-owned company that has a focus on sustainability and inclusiveness. They have the best underwear, bras, loungewear even, that I've bought. Like literally, once I made an order for some Parade underwear like years ago, since then they've been the only place I bought underwear. Just for reference, this is some of my collection, but just kind of what's clean and what I could find in the last few minutes. Before this integration, I also got some new stuff to try. So I got another color of my favorite tried and true style of bralette from Parade. This is the Racerback Scoop bralette in the color Day Glow. I have like 4 of these now. I reached for these more than anything else because they're just like so comfortable, and I love the Racerback. I just feel very like secure, and like straps are not gonna fall down, you know. And I also got some like newer styles for me from their vintage collection where everything's like super soft, like cotton material. This is called Trip, and it's like crazy abstract mushrooms. The purple stitching is really pretty. I love that the straps are always adjustable because that's always been like a problem for me. I've really been liking this cut of underwear also. This is the high cut thong, and it's that mesh material that I really like. It's very like smooth and breathable, but then it has like a good hem that like keeps things in place, you know. Sometimes underwear can be too smooth to where it's just like slipping and sliding around everywhere. Speaking of sustainability, this silky mesh material that I love so much is actually made from rescued materials that are usually wasted in the production process, and the new cotton, which is this vintage set, is made from upcycled cotton and Tencel lyocell, which is a fiber from responsibly managed forests. So if you're interested in trying out Parade, getting some new fresh underwear for yourself, I think we all tend to hold on to underwear for too long. You can get 25% off your first order if you go to yourparade.com/MEUE25 and use the code MEUE25. But anyways, thank you to Parade for sponsoring this video. With that, let's get on with the rest of it. So while the syrup stuff is cooling, I want to make a sandwich. Basically, I have this orange pumpkin pesto sauce, which I hope there's no like, I hope they're saying that the pumpkin is orange and not that there's orange in here, because I'd rather there not be. But then why would they call it orange pumpkin pesto sauce? Like, why would you add another word to that? It could have just been pumpkin pesto sauce. I don't know, but I want to use this, and so I had the idea, what if I made like a grilled cheese with this in it? Like a pumpkin grilled cheese. I can't talk. I don't know why it's called pesto, because it doesn't seem like there's like herbs in it. There's nuts in it. Usually pesto I thought had herbs. So I don't know. It's kind of more of a pumpkin cashew sauce with a curry kick. So anyways, I was like, let's spread that on some bread with some cheese and have a grilled cheese sandwich. But then I also found these Unreal steak slices at grocery outlet that I want to try. So we will be using these as well. I've only had the, whatever that red meat is. I'll think of it. But it looks so like uncooked. Like it seems like weird to just plop that in the sandwich. I think I'm gonna cook it a little. And then I just have this provolone. It's probably not the best cheese for this, but it's what I have because it's from grocery outlet. It was $1.99 at grocery outlet, and that's the only cheese that I buy is the cheese that's on sale. Okay, so that's that. And then yeah, how do I want to do this? First, let's open it. Might as well smell it before we put it on the food, just in case. It just looks so weird, and it's so square too, or rectangular. Oh wow, it smells like a turkey loaf. I think I'm going to butter my bread. Okay, I'm just gonna put these on here. Should I butter the other side too? I think I should. Just slapping it on. I just don't want it to be soggy, so I'm like toasting both sides, you know? I hate the stove. Flipping it. Oh, I should have been moving quicker. Ah, I'm gonna turn it off because it's going crazy. I'm gonna just put the cheese on there. Oh, I forgot the pesto. I meant to put it on both sides, but it's only going on one side now. And I'm putting a lot because I really want to taste it. I want to feel the pumpkin coursing through my veins. Alright, and I'm gonna add some garlic salt, pepper. I thought I knew what I was doing. Turn it back on, and I'm gonna just quickly place these, or should I just put them straight on the sandwich? I don't know. I'm gonna put these on the pan and let it like sizzle a little. The colors here are really fascinating. I want you to see this. The colors of this, they're really fascinating. So I'm just gonna heat it up a little, toast it toast it, yeah, before putting it on our sandwich. They're just so rectangular. It's so strange to me. Like, what is that? Way to make it look super vegan. They're actually a lot drier than I thought they would be, to be quite honest. This looks so weird. And now I'm gonna put this bread on the bread. And I'm going to put a little bit of water and press. And just hope for the best. I'm gonna flip it. Because I'm scared. Nice. This is actually turning out okay. I feel like every time I try to film like a grilled cheese type sandwich, something goes wrong. Yeah, I think the cheese might be melted. Alright. Should we flip it or should we leave it? I don't know. I don't know what side is better, so I'm just gonna leave it. Okay. Yeah. Yummy yum. I think that steak is gonna taste like nothing, but I'm okay with that. I'm okay with it tasting like nothing, as long as it doesn't taste bad. But the bread sounds good, right? I don't want it to be like soggy on the inside, so that's why I wanted to toast both sides. It's actually a lot more meat than cheesy. Pumpkin stuff kind of looks like more cheese, but it's not. That's really good. It's interesting. It's really good. What's interesting, like the curry flavor. I really like this. The steak is really good in it too. I don't know how much it tastes like steak, but like. So this is another example of me making something to use up other things that I've been staring at for a while and not using. So I had this puff pastry that I bought for the childhood foods video. I bought way too much stuff for that video and I overwhelmed myself. But anyways, these have been sitting in the freezer. I don't think they were supposed to be in the freezer, but they were in the freezer and I've been looking at them for a while thinking like, what am I gonna do with it? And I thought for fall, it might be fun to make like a little pot pie, you know? I had some chickpeas also in the freezer that I needed to use up. I like cooked a bunch of chickpeas from dry one time and I froze the rest to use later and then I just kept forgetting about them. So anyways, we're making a little pot pie filling with chickpeas as our protein. I'm putting some seasonings in there that remind me of like fall and Thanksgiving and stuff. I have this mushroom broth that I bought from Grocery Outlet. It's not really special. I kind of had higher hopes for it than it ended up being. But I mean, it's a broth. Like, it's a broth, you know? I feel like I could have just used any bouillon. I also used some of my Flavor Up sauce stuff. Oh yeah, and I definitely forgot the bottom. I put the bottom of the crust in the oven for a little bit just to like get it to start cooking, and I forgot it in there and it puffed up into a giant thing. But that's okay. I also put some frozen peas and carrots in there, and I just like, oh, and green beans, frozen green beans. I just stir fried it up a bit and then added some broth. And then, oh, I also added some soy milk to the broth to make it a little bit creamy. And then I used instant mashed potatoes to like thicken the broth. I didn't know if that was gonna work like I thought it would, or just be weird. But honestly, this worked perfectly. Like, to me, it really tasted like a pot pie filling, because if you know, pot pies sometimes have like potato in them. So I was like, 2-for-1 deal. You know, but I did make it too thick, not saucy enough, not as saucy as I wanted it to be, but flavor was delicious. So the problem was I made the sauce too thick and I didn't have enough sauce just in general, but then also the fact that I didn't have enough crust. Like, I thought I had enough in the puff pastry sheets, and then after I actually started making it, I was like, oh no. But I already opened it, so I wasn't backing down, you know? So I did like a lattice crust, but I think that made it like dry out a little, you know? Like, so then it just wasn't as saucy as it should be. But it was still delicious. And like I said, the flavor was perfectly on point for pot pie. So I just poured more like mushroom broth on it as I was eating it to give it some juice. And yeah, it was delicious. Pot pies are fun. If you ever see puff pastry sheets on sale, or even like crescent dough, Pillsbury crescent dough or whatever, pot pies. Popeyes. They're fun. You can use frozen veggies and whatever protein you want. I think lentils would be better. I would love to make a lentil Popeye later in the season. Let's do it with pumpkin in it too, or sweet potato or something. I don't know. I like orange things for the fall, you know? My hair looks so orange. So I'm going to make a pumpkin smoothie inspired by something that I found on Pinterest, because I'm a Pinterest girly now. Yeah, I've been using Pinterest, and that's honestly helpful for planning like what I want to make in life and in videos. Anyways, pumpkin smoothie inspired by it, but like extremely loosely, because I don't know. I don't even know if I should say that it's inspired. Basically, it just gave me the idea. I'm scared of like experimenting with smoothies, you know? So like it's good to have some idea of how much of everything I should have, you know? So I'm starting with a 1/4 cup of pumpkin, which is a little bit scary. It's definitely a vegetable. And then this recipe calls for 1 banana, but I don't really want, I'm nervous it'll just taste like banana. So I'm just gonna try to put like a 1/2 banana approximately, or maybe a little bit more than 1/2 banana. Yeah, so like 4 little chunks. And honestly, this is good because I've been trying to like experiment with different smoothies lately. I don't know how many of you guys saw it. Definitely some of you did, because some of you sent it to me. That video where the guy was talking about how you shouldn't put bananas and berries in the same smoothie because it makes it harder for you to absorb the nutrients. So I've been like trying to not put bananas and berries in smoothies, but that was my whole smoothie. I mean, not like I'll never eat it again, like it's fine, I'll still eat it, but like I'm just trying to like branch out more, you know? So I put a scoop of this everything butter. They call for pecans. I don't have any pecans. I thought about putting other nuts, but I don't want it. I want it to be smooth, you know? I like my smoothies smooth. Oh yeah, a date. A date. But I did think I could put these almonds in there because they're like already sliced. So they'll probably have it easier. I mean, I have a Vitamix. But like still, you still have to like try. I've been putting oats in like all my smoothies because it makes it's just easy filler. It's good. It's cheap. I'm gonna put cinnamon. Oh yeah, this is a chai spice pumpkin smoothie, which sounds delicious, but like I don't have cardamom. So I'm just doing like a pumpkin spice one. You know, I'm just doing some cinnamon and then some pumpkin pie spice. I know there's cinnamon in pumpkin pie spice, but I just thought I like extra cinnamon. And a dash of vanilla. Okay, some ice. Ice. I really want to finish up this pistachio milk. I tried recently in my 99-cent store video, I tried, what was it, sesame milk? And I liked it, the flavor of it, but I didn't like it in my coffees. I just got some pistachio milk from, and I know I've had pistachio milk before, but literally I forget what I think of all these milks. They all blend together in my brain. I can't remember what's what. I love the packaging, very fancy. This was 99 cents at grocery outlet because it's expired. A lot of people from other countries that watch my videos, they're like, wow, groceries are so cheap in the US. Like, how did you get that for only $1? I'm like, understand. It's called grocery outlet for a reason. Because like, it's the stuff that didn't sell at other stores. And usually it's going bad. Yeah, same with the 99-cent store video. A lot of people were like, groceries are so cheap there. It's like, okay, wait. Like, it's weird because it's like a budget store, but then they have like some fancy products, you know? But I think it's just because those products are niche. So like they don't sell at whatever store they're at, and they end up at the 99-cent store at a discounted price just so they can go somewhere, you know? Anyways, I don't know why I'm talking about this. I wanted to finish this pistachio milk. Oh yeah, I was gonna say, I liked this in my coffee better than the sesame milk, but still it's like I just want to get back to oat milk, you know? I want to finish this up so I can start having my oat lattes again. Exciting. A new smoothie. It's not often that I try a new smoothie. If you ever see me pour stuff like coffee or a smoothie into a cup and it looks kind of dirty, you can see like chapstick stain on it or whatever, that would be because it is. Because a lot of the time I'll like take the glass from the day before, you know, like yesterday's glass, and I'll use that for my smoothie or my coffee or whatever. So I get a new glass for my water, so I don't have to use like 17 glasses in a day, you know? I don't know if that makes sense. I feel like pistachio goes well. I feel like pistachio might have a holiday feel. Maybe not, I don't know. Ooh, it looks really creamy and delicious. Ooh, yes, it looks like thick and creamy. It's good, but it doesn't taste like much at all. Like, I feel like I put too much milk in it. It kind of just tastes like milk. I'm gonna put more pumpkin. I can taste the pumpkin, but not enough. More pumpkin spice for sure. Should I put a little bit more vanilla? Some cinnamon. Guess what I'm gonna put next? Guess, just guess. I'm going to put some salt. Oh, I'm almost out of salt. I'm gonna put another date. Oopsies. Aha, getting crazy. Out here. Getting crazy out here. Okay. Yeah. I mean, yeah. It could be better, but I like it. I'm glad it doesn't really taste like banana. I think maybe I wouldn't put as much like nuts in it next time, maybe? Ooh, the texture looks weird. Yeah, it's like a bit of a different texture because it's like mostly vegetable and nut. But it's good. It's like fluffy. It's definitely a pumpkin spice smoothie. Man, it looks a lot oranger in real life. I have to do something about all this. Cause like this is too springtime. I feel like my whole kitchen is kind of like giving springtime. I don't know how fall decorations are gonna be in here. I don't even remember what I did last year. I don't even remember. And like I got these like pumpkins. These fun little, you know, I thought they were fun. And then when I took them home I realized that they don't really look right with well, these are also ruining the vibe, you know. So next to this like dull looking pumpkin, not dull, you're perfect how you are, classic pumpkin, you know, and then these sweet potatoes, and they just make everything look dull. They look so bright, like unnaturally bright. Like what the hell is this? What the hell is this? I'm scared of it. Also, like this is really cool. I feel like this looks so Halloween-y, but like it's not time for that yet. I mean it is, but I'm not quite prepared for Halloween yet, decorations wise. Okay, so I want to make a tea today, black tea, and I have literally just this much black tea left. I don't need to put this in the French press, but I'm going to. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4.5 teaspoons. So I'm gonna put 2 cups of water because I want it strong. Okay, and then like what I've been doing with like strawberry jam and stuff, making like strawberry green tea. I have this from last year that's not expired yet. And I want to try to make pumpkin spice tea, melting this stuff into the tea, you know? So yeah. It's like instead of putting like a strawberry syrup in a beverage, you put like strawberry jam. You put it in the hot tea so it like melts into it, you know? And I guess I'm gonna put milk in it. I don't really want a pumpkin spice black tea without milk. Like I want it to be milky. Pumpkin spice milk tea. I hope this is strong. I don't know. I feel like it could be stronger. Okay. When I used to make milk tea for boba, I would make it like ridiculously strong. Like I don't know if I don't know if it's okay, honestly. So okay. Like, I just kind of feel like I put a splash of milk in there and it's gonna be like, the color is gonna be gone. I'm going to scoop one big scoop. Oh, this seems crazy. Oh yes, this is crazy. Oh my god. What is wrong with me in mixing up tablespoon and teaspoon today? I want 2 teaspoons of this, not 2 tablespoons. Oh! There's a bit of a texture to it, so I'm gonna froth it. Mix it in better. It really doesn't taste like much. It just tastes like some milk tea. And that's it. There's no, I taste like no pumpkin spiciness to it. Just milk tea. But like usually with jam, if I put 2 teaspoons of like strawberry jam, it makes the tea like super sweet and like super strawberry. So, I don't know. Anyways, thank you for watching this video. Thank you for clicking on it as well. Comment what's your favorite fall recipe. What's your favorite thing to make for fall? And maybe I might just make some of them in a future video if I'm running out of ideas, which I often am. So yeah, subscribe, like, comment, and follow me on TikTok and Instagram. Love you guys. Bye bye.